the Slavic beauty that Western media refuses to show you. Walk through the Moscow metro during rush hour and you'll witness something that shatters every stereotype about life behind the former Iron Curtain. Russian women dressed like they're heading to Fashion Week, not just commuting to work. High heels on icy sidewalks, perfectly applied makeup at 7 in the morning, fitted coats that accentuate figures maintained despite a cuisine heavy on potatoes and bread. Their faces carry distinctive Slavic features, high cheekbones that could cut glass, pale skin that glows against dark hair or striking natural blonde, and eyes that range from deep brown to piercing blue or green. But here's what truly captivates foreign men. Russian women possess an old-world femininity combined with Soviet-era toughness that creates a paradox. They're simultaneously romantic and pragmatic, elegant and resilient, traditional and fiercely independent. Yet their beauty represents just the surface of a country so misunderstood, so distorted by decades of propaganda, that the truth will leave you absolutely speechless. The largest nation on Earth that spans 11 time zones. Russia covers 17,098,242 square kilometers, making it the world's largest country by far, nearly twice the size of the second largest. To put this in perspective, Russia is larger than the entire continent of Antarctica. The country stretches 9,000 kilometers from its western border, with Norway to its eastern edge touching the Pacific Ocean. When Russians in Kaliningrad are having breakfast, Russians in Vladivostok are preparing for bed. Look at a map and Russia dominates like no other nation, spanning Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, touching 14 countries along its land borders. This geographic enormity creates a nation of impossible diversity where European cities exist thousands of kilometers from Asian steppes, where Arctic tundra gives way to subtropical beaches, where over 190 ethnic groups speak more than 100 different languages. Geography that defies comprehension. Russia contains virtually every type of landscape imaginable. The Ural Mountains form the traditional boundary between Europe and Asia, running 2,500 kilometers from the Arctic Ocean to the Kazakhstan border. Siberia covers 13.1 million square kilometers yet contains only 27% of the population. Lake Baikal in southern Siberia holds more fresh water than all of North America's Great Lakes combined, reaching depths of 1,642 meters and containing species found nowhere else on Earth. The lake is so clear you can see 40 meters down. The Kamchatka Peninsula features 29 active volcanoes and geothermal hot springs, where locals bathe in winter while surrounded by snow. The Caucasus Mountains in the south contain Europe's highest peak, Mount Elbrus at 5,642 meters. Meanwhile, the Arctic coast remains frozen most of the year, home to polar bears and indigenous peoples who've adapted to darkness that lasts months. Moscow, the heart of the largest country. Moscow defies every expectation Westerners have about Russian cities. The metro system, built under Stalin, features stations so ornate they're called underground palaces, with chandeliers, marble columns, mosaics, and artwork that puts most Western museums to shame. The city serves 9 million passengers daily, and a single ride costs approximately $0.60 or 0.55 euros, cheaper than almost any major city globally. Red Square, dominated by St. Basil's Cathedral with its candy-colored onion domes, serves as the symbolic center of Russia. The Kremlin has been the seat of power for over 800 years. But walk beyond the tourist zones and you'll find incredible contrasts. Soviet-era apartment blocks next to gleaming skyscrapers, luxury boutiques beside traditional markets, and nightclubs where champagne costs $500 or 460 euros per bottle while street vendors sell blini for $2 or 1.85 euros. St. Petersburg, the window to Europe. St. Petersburg, built by Peter the Great to westernize Russia, remains the country's cultural capital. The Hermitage Museum contains over 3 million items and would take 11 years to view everything if you spent 1 minute on each piece. The city's architecture rivals Paris or Vienna, with pastel-colored Baroque buildings lining canals that earned it the nickname Venice of the North. During white nights in summer, the sun barely sets, creating an ethereal twilight while locals party on palace bridges. A meal at a mid-range restaurant costs $15 to $25 or 14 to 23 euros. A night at a decent hotel runs $60 to $120 or €55 to €110. The city's elegance makes it Russia's most visited destination for foreign tourists. The myths that need destroying right now. Here's where we demolish those shocking myths the title promises. First, the idea that Russia is always cold and covered in snow is absurd. Sochi has a subtropical climate with palm trees and beaches where summer temperatures exceed 30 degrees Celsius. Second, Russians aren't the grim, humorless people Western media portrays. Enter any Russian home and you'll experience hospitality so overwhelming you'll struggle to leave without being force-fed multiple courses and endless vodka toasts. They simply don't smile at strangers in public, considering it fake, but with friends they're warm and deeply loyal. Third, Russia isn't economically collapsed. Moscow has more billionaires than any city except New York. Shopping malls rival anything in the West. Fourth, Russian women don't desperately seek foreign husbands to escape poverty. Many Russian women earn good incomes, own property, and simply prefer men who appreciate traditional femininity. Traditional culture that survived everything. Russian culture has survived Mongol invasions, communist revolution, and capitalist transformation while maintaining its distinct identity. The banya, traditional Russian sauna, involves extreme heat followed by rolling in snow or jumping in ice-cold water, a practice that continues across the country. Orthodox Christianity, suppressed for 70 years under communism, has resurged dramatically with churches rebuilt and religious holidays celebrated openly. Maslenitsa, the week before Lent, features carnival celebrations and consuming endless blini. New Year's Eve matters more than Christmas, with families gathering for elaborate meals while watching the Kremlin clock strike midnight. Russian literature remains central to cultural identity, with Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, and Pushkin quoted in everyday conversation. Ballet maintains its status as high art, with tickets to the Bolshoi Theater costing $30 to $300 or €28 to €276 depending on seats. The Trans-Siberian Railway journey of a lifetime. The Trans-Siberian Railway covers 9,289 kilometers from Moscow to Vladivostok, taking 7 days of continuous travel through 8 time zones. It's the longest railway line in the world, passing through 87 cities, crossing 16 major rivers, and offering views of taiga forests, mountain ranges, and Lake Baikal. Travelers share compartments with Russians who inevitably share food, vodka, and stories despite language barriers. A second-class ticket costs approximately $500 to $800 or €460 to €735 depending on season. The journey offers an unmatched perspective on Russia's vastness and diversity. Food that contradicts every expectation. Russian cuisine extends far beyond vodka and potatoes. Borscht, the famous beet soup, comes in dozens of regional variations. Pelmeni, meat dumplings, are comfort food that Russians crave abroad. Blini served with caviar represent luxury, though real sturgeon caviar costs $100 to $300 or €92 to €276 per 100 grams. Georgian restaurants are everywhere, serving khachapuri, cheese-filled bread. Central Asian influences bring plav and shashlik, grilled meat skewers. A full meal with drinks at a casual restaurant costs $12 to $20 or €11 to €18. The myth of scarcity ended decades ago. Women who rewrite the rules. Russian women maintain traditional gender roles while simultaneously being highly educated and career-driven. Over 60% of university graduates are women. They dominate fields like medicine, education, and law. Yet they still expect men to open doors, pay for dates, and demonstrate traditional masculinity. This isn't contradiction, but cultural complexity. Russian women dress femininely because they choose to. They value strength and stability in partners but won't tolerate disrespect. They're raised to be excellent cooks and homemakers while also pursuing professional success. This combination makes them fascinating to foreign men accustomed to more polarized gender dynamics elsewhere. The reality beyond the headlines. So we've explored the real Russia, from its breathtaking women to its impossible geography, from its cultural richness to its modern realities. We've destroyed those shocking myths, revealing a country far more complex and livable than Western media suggests. Russia isn't the frozen wasteland of grim people desperately trying to escape. It's a vast nation of remarkable contrasts where ancient traditions coexist with modern ambitions, where European sophistication meets Asian mysticism, where beauty standards remain unapologetically traditional. The myths persist because they serve narratives, but the reality is far more interesting. Now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments which city or country you're watching from and which myth about Russia shocked you most to learn was false. Would you visit Russia given the chance? Hit that hype button and smash the like button because it costs nothing but helps our channel grow tremendously. We're grateful for every view. Before you leave, click one of the suggested videos on your screen to discover more fascinating destinations. Until next time, keep questioning what you think you know.